The college football experience week 1 reaction show for Saturday night on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
This is Coach June Jones, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo-wee. Welcome to the college football experience, OG style. Yeah.
Woo!
Oh boy, we just had some games. It felt beautiful watching 35,000 bajillion games at once all day. God, I've been rocking all day. I guarantee
Beautiful
my wife
thing.
hates me. You're just gonna sit there and continue to watch? Yeah. Gonna continue to watch.
And bring
look,
me another beer while you're at it.
Yes. And you know that voice, folks. If you're listening to this on audio, you know that voice. YouTube.com/the college experience. If you know, hit that like and subscribe button, jump on over there. But fuck my name. We're starting off with this. Give it up for former JMU Duke defensive back, the burrito eating, sideline kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing. Patti C is the place to be.
Hi-oh!
Buddy, let's get it going. It is great
Back
to
in the
see
saddle.
I got so many goddamn messages. For a second, I thought you were fucking Chris Kringle. All right? People sitting there saying, what the hell happened to Patti C? Are you not cool with them anymore? Dundee, are you not cool with what happened to Patti C? He is back in the place to be. How are you, buddy?
I'm great, brother. Of course, fucking life is amazing. We got college football. The wait is over. You guys keeping it real all summer. You know, I missed out on all the previews and whatnot. Obviously, the grind got to me after 8 years of it. So I needed to take a little step back, but you know, love to jump in here and get on board again, at least for reactions. So
Oh yeah, buddy.
So
and you're
fun.
always welcome. People, you know, I was out in Vegas. People met up with some fans at different spots in Vegas that were coming out for sign up weekend or maybe just college football week 0. And they're like, dude, what the fuck happened with you and Patti C and NC? Some of them don't even know that NC Nick's my brother. It's like,
what happened to you?
we have a drunken fan base. They don't remember that. Like, no, we have the same mother. But then, what happened with you and Patti C? What's going on with Patti C? Is he okay? Is everything okay? He's fine. He's kicking ass at life, and he's always welcome on this show. Anytime he wants to come on and talk, and he's only on because JMU beat the shit out of Weber State. All right.
So I'll probably be on every fucking week. Get used to it. As long as JMU's actually this coming Friday, it's gonna be a tough one because
17-point dogs. I think.
Good. Wow.
17.5-point dogs.
The disrespect is real already.
Already, yes. Look, the chat is rolling on the right, man. Everyone's already talking about you. Yes, look, Matthew Austin saying we need Patti C back for the previews. I don't think you realize the amount of love, all right, that was out there because, you know, I feel like you're off the grid. You're off the grid a little bit, buddy.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's because fucking X or Twitter. You know, that's the other thing. People probably think I disappeared. I'm going to tell the fans what happened out there. And, you know, maybe it's time I make a comeback on Twitter. But fucking Elon Musk, he was hyping this deal with, you know, Putin, you know, that we were going to be like doing business with Putin. This was a long time ago when they first started up.
I'm like, what?
And then I was like,
when he first bought Twitter, you're saying?
Or no, when Trump first took office or whatever. And then I said, you know, hey, why don't we instead kick Putin in his fucking dick, right? And then I got X from X. I got cancer from Twitter, and they said you can go through this like 2-week like sign up process to get back on. I was like, fuck you, man. I'm an American. Why don't you reinstate me as is?
Goddamn right, buddy.
On principle, I haven't gone back, but maybe it's time because I gotta link up with the old homies on here.
Look, people are saying fuck Elon, Patti C for president. The only Elon I know is a goddamn Phoenix in the FCS. All right, that gave Duke a good fight for 3 quarters.
That's the real Elon. Let's be honest.
Let's go, buddy. Well, it's great to have you back. And yeah, look, I mean, it's like when I played the fucking Hulk, like on my birthday a couple years ago, college basketball season. I went on like a tangent on the Russians, right? on YouTube. All right, and might have excessively played "I'm a Real American" by Hulk Hogan. No, not by Hulk Hogan, but whoever. I consider it by Hulk Hogan. He's the he does play the guitar in the video, but I think that's just
he plays
guitar,
guitar
right?
in real life. He plays. He's a fucking,
oh, really?
He was a multi-talented man. He was a real American.
Rest in peace, right? Shout out to Rob Donaldson giving us $25. We need Patti C. Elijah Surratt for his Travis Hunter commentary ASAP. There we go. See look, free Patti C. But anyway, no. So on the basketball show, I wake up the next morning and we've gotten kicked off YouTube.
Wow.
All because I had joking. I guess it was joking, but I mean I was kind of shitting on the Russians at the time, but you know.
You think Putin was in Elon's ear?
I don't know, but that was YouTube though.
YouTube,
that was YouTube. But it was just crazy because then everyone else would give me shit. What'd you say? I was like, I was just kind of joking about it, but whatever. You know, I guess the robots, they don't know context. That's the problem with the robots, man. They don't
robots
know
aren't American.
They aren't American. All right. You can clearly know the robots aren't American because Skynet created Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, and he's got that fucking accent from Austria, so it's clear that fucking Skynet's in Austria, right? Is that we figured that out? We figured that out, right?
Now. Yeah.
Yeah. Buddy,
you're nailing it down.
We had a shit ton of games today, but let's just go right for the jugular.
Yeah.
Texas, Ohio State. 14-7. God damn it. Football's back, baby.
Football's back, but this was not the most entertaining game I've ever watched.
Arch Manning, they got the Big Mac. We got the Big Mick. Arch Manning might have struggled a little bit there. 17 of 30 for $170, a touchdown and an interception. It was damn near 2 interceptions too.
Yeah.
Number 1 team in the nation goes down. Your thoughts on the game and what do you think of Arch?
You know, it's tough to say. You're going against the national championship. They were like the number 1 defense in the country last year. So it's pretty high expectations to put on someone to walk in the door in their own house, the reigning national champion. And they probably have a little chip on their shoulder right away because why are you ranked number 1 over them? You know, I mean, yes, losing Will Howard to the NFL makes them a little
and their whole D line. Their whole D line.
Sure. Yeah. But Ohio State, Arch Manning has 0 starts under his belt. So why is Texas such a guarantee to be good? So, yeah, right away, you know, there's a lot of pressure on Arch there. Tough, hostile environment. I think, 17 of 30 is respectable, but he needs to show more. Clearly, I don't see them after this performance looking like a national champion. What do you think?
Yeah, no, and I actually think both quarterbacks kind of struggled. Saying looked better to me, but Arch, specifically the first half, had the jitters. But that was part of my handicap. That's why I did cash Ohio State, and I got the worst of the number too. I mean, freshman quarterbacks don't win often on the road. Now, however, I did bet another freshman quarterback that looked fucking fantastic in Corvallis tonight. But most of my
Arch is 21. I don't know if he counts as a freshman.
Not freshman. I'm sorry. Young quarterbacks. I keep saying freshman. I said this on TV today too. This was his first ever road start. He had started 2 home games against ULM and Mississippi State. My point is, and my mind thinks like instantly, well, it's his first road start, so he's freshman. No, What I'm saying is, it was just his first ever
year
road.
starter.
I like to fade the first ever road game at a good team. So
yeah.
Jack Landtrip in the chat saying, Colby, you're the man. Welcome back, Patti C. Must Vibe saying, hey, yo, it's motherfucking Patti C. Yes. And then you had a great line in the chat saying, Danny Dumbshit saying, Lee Corso move faster around the field than Arch. Yeah, I mean, that was my whole handicap, and I was surprised that Ohio State's offense wasn't the greatest either. I mean, that's what's crazy. You dig into the numbers, Texas had more yards in this matchup, but yeah, Ohio State won with 203 total yards of offense. That's got to be the home edge and those fourth down stops. But that was an issue for Texas last year in the red zone, still not fixed. And I just want to come at. I've watched so many shows, Patti, that say. I think I heard Bruce Feldman say it 2 nights ago, or Thursday night or Friday night, that Steve Sarkisian's the best play caller in the game. You know how much that comment bothers me? It's just like so subjective. It's like. What you got 136 teams? You're telling me this? What? How do you say like? Yeah. How do you prove that he's the best play caller in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I guess statistically, I would have to look back at last year's Texas versus the rest of the country, but he just never struck me as the dude with the number one offense statistically. If you're trying to use that metric to call him the best play caller. That's one thing. He's never won anything. So situationally,
he's been at 3 schools that have won national championships in our lifetime, right? Washington, USC, and Texas. And to me, like, I'm not going to say he's a bad coach, but I will say this: he's definitely airballed a lot of big games.
Yeah,
I mean, the only one that really stands out that he like was impressive was at Bama. The last year in the Big 12. Last year's the Arizona State game was not that impressive. Shit, they needed a 4th and 14 to convert that to win. I mean, they were heavy favorites. So, yeah.
As a play caller at Bama, as the OC, that was impressive. But they were so loaded that
I could have called the goddamn plays.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Goddamn. Oh, Hurts is injured. We got Tua. No problem. All right.
Right. Yeah. To me, I mean, Lane Kiffin is a good play caller as well, but pretty similar results at USC. It's what is the difference between those two? Probably pretty similar results at Alabama too, from an offensive statistic standpoint. I don't know if I don't think Kiffin was ever there when they won a championship at Bama, but still, I mean, there's nothing
that's another one. That's another one that I feel is overrated though.
Yeah,
because like, okay, ECU has Kiffin's like right-hand man as OC. They get a little too gimmicky for me. They can get way too fucking gimmicky. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my God, stop with the you got my text on Thursday night. Now that's not Lane Kiffin, but that's his guy who studied under Lane Kiffin for a long time. And it's like, can you please run down the field?
Yeah, it was one of the I don't know if it was something you and Mac were talking about in the preview. I forget which team it was. It was one of those foo-foo offense disciples that tend to blow teams out in that they're far superior to, but bog down in bigger games. I don't know if it was Tennessee or what, but I know.
Stoops gives them a hard time, and they play next week, by the way, Ole Miss and Kentucky. But yeah, no, I don't know. I just feel like that's such a ridiculous statement. When I hear that on TV, I just like, oh. The best play caller in the fucking game. Sure.
Yeah.
It's just cheap to me. But yeah, I mean, what does this mean for Texas? So they obviously I had them, Patti C, in my playoff projections. I think I had them as the first team out. I did like a scenario where A&M beats them at Texas.
Yeah.
Or did I think I had one scenario there, but I had another scenario where they got in because they're the bigger name. But they still have to play at the Swamp in like a month, but the next couple games are home games to Sam Houston, San Jose, and UTEP, so that should be fine. And
yeah, I don't think it's quite time to hit the panic button yet, but you definitely want to see more out of your offense. But still, a one-score loss on the road at the defending national champions in your quarterback's first road start. Yes, it is an SEC schedule, so there's a lot that they're going to have to traverse. But for right now, I think you're okay with that, especially they're at the goal line 1 yard away, like you said. They make that, they're taking the national champion to overtime. That I would consider kind of a good sign for them, especially if Manning, of course, stands to improve throughout the year.
Well, I was impressed with Texas's defense. Either that or Ohio State's offense isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. But and shout out to Cameron in the chat from Frederick, Maryland, saying, "Whoa, welcome back, Patti C. Go Utes."
Go Utes.
Must vibe live in Columbus, Ohio. The city has been lit all week. There we go. I mean, the college football is thriving, brother. Yeah, and then Ohio State. I still think I like. Okay, I think they got. It's Ohio State. They got guys, but I am a little worried about that offense.
Jeremiah Smith is not always going to drop passes, and last year we saw
three drops.
Yeah, a little rusty. He's got to shake off there. But he still, I think, was second in the team in receiving yards and maybe first in total reception. So let's see. He had six receptions for 43 yards. So led the team in receptions by a mile. Next closest player had 2. So they're still going to be leaning on him. And Texas last year in the the Cotton Bowl was able to put the clamps on him a little bit just by always bracketing him high-low or sideline to sideline. So and they have the guys to do it. Texas has the recruits to be able to physically match up with a guy like Jeremiah Smith. So I would anticipate that he's going to have greater production all year than we're seeing right now. Maybe like the likes of Penn State will be able to slow him down. Maybe Michigan, but Texas is probably the best equipped from a personnel standpoint, I would think.
Yeah. 14-7 in that one. Let's talk about the next one. But before I do that, I want to let the good folks know that the College Football Experience Reaction Show is brought to you by, we are part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. The Free Roll Football Contest is back. Free to enter, picking every NFL game ATS. $3,000 for first place. $4,000 if you are a Patreon member. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/free roll. Plus, we got 25% off everything in the merch store with the promo code football. Merry football season. Make sure you check out, get yourself a Pick Dundee t-shirt. It's out there. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, but what are we talking? It's football season, baby. They got everything to bet on with football. First touchdowns, over unders, everything. And look, their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to mybookie.ag, but when you do use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers, that's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. And last but not least, here we're brought to you by Rhythm. College football's back and better than ever on Rhythm. Last year to start the season, Rhythm was 16-4 ATS, up 11.6 units. Rhythm also has, all the other sports too. NFL, MLB, WNBA, golf, all that stuff. And Rhythm has introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model that you build, and you could win $1,000. So what are you doing? Get on over there, youtube.com. I'm sorry, not youtube.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, we are back. Look at the fucking chat rolling along. Noah Beanick saying Patti C, baby. Jeff Spicoli saying Patti C in the house. Mr. JMU Shades looking good, bro.
Woo! Thank you, sir.
Sheed in the chat saying Baton Rouge is the real Death Valley. Glad you could realize that now. He's talking his shit. As you should, good sir. We're going to get to that in a second, but I'm going chronologically on the big games. Patti C. God damn it, Gus Malzahn is the kryptonite to Alabama University because I got to give Thomas Castellanos. Look, I called you out.
He can run.
I called him out for quitting Boston College and then talking shit saying we're going to beat Alabama. You're the man. I'm a pile of shit. You're the man. You got your Ric Flair on, man. You got your Ric Flair on. You backed it up. And holy shit. I mean, buddy,
I want to see his stats, but we're looking at 78 rushing yards. I need to open up to see how he did
9 for
on the
14, 152. That's the thing, though. He didn't put the ball, but he ran his ass off today. But I've been waiting for this, Patty C, in a way. Because college football, I hate listening to a podcast where what's his NFL stock. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
All right. I grew up watching Tommy Frazier dominate college football. Right.
Yeah.
I could give a shit about his pro career. Right?
It's the same people who still doubt Jalen Hurts as a pro quarterback. It's like, dude, just because you didn't throw for 400, you may have run for passed for 200 and run for 95, but you got a first down every single time your team needed it. And you also opened up the running lanes with your feet for the running backs for the rest of the team. All those little reverses that were working for Florida State, a lot of those were because they had a 400-meter national champion handling them, but also because Thomas Castellanos is on the other side of the field needing to be accounted for.
Dude, it's Nick Marshall 2.0, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's exactly. Like it might even be a better version. I think he's a better passer than Marshall.
Yes.
Right.
He's far better than Nick Marshall.
Yeah.
Overall quarterback.
Dude, I mean, this is a great development because I was thinking about this the other day because I was like, man, I missed it. I hate how we always chase. Like right now, it seems like college football is chasing the NFL. Like growing up in the era we grew up in, Patty C, it was like, man, Tommy Frazier, we knew he wasn't going to be good in the NFL. We didn't give a shit. We didn't give a shit, right? And it wasn't just Tommy Frazier; it was a bunch of other ones.
Well, Nebraska themselves is the model of fucking your program up, trying to cater to players that want to go to the NFL. Like, dude,
we knew Charlie Ward wasn't going to go to the NFL. We knew he was nasty, right?
I think he could have made it.
I think he could have, but the NFL back then was like, well,
yeah.
You think we're going to draft a black quarterback? You're fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go with this guy Neil O'Donnell over here. Look at that over there, right? He drives an F1 pickup. We can go with this guy. No, honestly, like I missed that era of like you could have Michael Bishop. Like we knew Michael Bishop was not going to be great in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
We just knew like, okay, this dude's a beast college quarterback.
I mean, I don't know that ever went away in college football. There have been mobile quarterbacks that, a lot of teams have not gone the air raid route and they've kept loyal to run heavy schemes.
But I'm talking like your top 5 best, like Michael Bishop and Tommy Frazier and Charlie Ward were like top 5 best players in college football.
Yeah.
Those years.
That's
right?
true. And on the whole, I would say the college game has definitely skewed toward trying to get players into the pros, and that's how they recruit,
Yeah, I want that to go the other way.
Yeah.
I want to make you not successful in life. Dude, but let's talk about this fucking game because so I had Alabama in my national championship, so I'll take a shot. I'll take a shot for that bad pick, but well, part of it was like I was going through and I find myself a true hypocrite here because I was looking through and I was at ACC Media Days. I actually talked to a fucking scout that was like, hey man, I think they're going to have 10 or 11 players drafted this next year. So I'm finding myself like, damn, really? And I was like, okay,
for Florida State?
No, for Alabama.
Oh, for Alabama. Okay.
Dude, if anything, I talked to Florida State's beat writer and he told me, I got no idea what the fuck we're going to look like. We got 11 transfer guys on offense, 11 on defense, a new OC, a new DC.
Yeah.
I'm not optimistic about our chances. Well, holy shit. It's just something about Gus Malzahn in this offense, man.
Yeah, he along with the Castellanos connection there, this is when rolling the dice on the transfer portal works out for them. It's like they are an absolute roller coaster on that, on that method. Clemson seems like the exact opposite. They peak out at just below elite, but they are who they are. And Florida State goes from elite to pathetic, on an annual basis.
Back to potentially elite.
Yeah.
But dude, so Alabama's supposed to have, I would say a lot of people thought, some of the best offensive defensive line players in this year's college football. I thought Florida State was kind of fucking them up, man. I thought like they were getting pressure on like defensively, and then offensively. I don't know that the line was just. I think the line did all right though, but it was like Malzahn's offense of not knowing who the fuck's getting the ball and just I love that offense. I just love him in the game because it's just so different than what you see with so many other people. So, but I thought Florida State kind of took it to him, man, on the offensive line and defensive line. And Ty Simpson, where you at with Ty Simpson?
I thought he played well. He's got great scrambling ability, so he got himself out of trouble a lot of times. But obviously, to convert that into first downs and moving the ball and make touchdowns out of it, yeah, it's a work in progress. What year is Ty Simpson? Is he? I feel like he's been waiting at least.
Yeah, I think he's a junior or senior, right?
Yeah, so hopefully that development will happen with playtime. But, if it hasn't happened now, it's a little bit of a concern whether he's going to have those skills throughout this year and then potentially next year. But obviously, as an Alabama fan and Kalen DeBoer, you're worried about this year. You're worried about next week.
They wanted to fire him last year. This is not good. Florida State rushed for 230 yards on what was supposed to be one of the best defenses in the nation, if not the best.
Now, I thought Alabama was kind of running over Florida State a little bit early on. Not
first drive for sure.
Yeah,
first drive for sure.
But yeah, Florida State tightened up. Maybe that's because Alabama didn't have what seemed like a legitimate passing. I mean, Ryan Williams, what did he? I would like to see his stats, but he didn't.
I got you. Well, he had a drop or two, and he also got kind of dinged up. He had 5 for 30.
Yeah, you can't. You got to do better than that if you're Alabama. And again, Florida State, they still have Florida talent. They still have their cachet that they can tap into and probably recruit high-end players and get those from the transfer portal. So maybe right away there's not quite as big a talent advantage at Alabama over Florida State as you would expect to see, but it's still an advantage, I would think. So why aren't they, especially in DeBoer's system? By now, year 2, they should be able to throw the ball around. Maybe the rain didn't help.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, man. It's like NC Nick was saying to me the other day on, he's like, is it me or does everyone look terrible? Does every college football team look terrible minus South Florida, right? And he was telling me this, I think, on Friday or Saturday morning. No, Friday, I think. And he made a great point by saying, like, he goes, dude, if you look at the portal numbers, they're up at higher than they've ever been, right? The amount of people in the portal, not necessarily the best players, but he's like, that shit's got to be a result of that because it seems like every game, you just don't know what to expect, right? Like I feel like a lot of the main podcasts push the narrative of the gap is growing so much in college
between
football.
The haves and have-nots.
I disagree. I think it's the other way around. I think like you look at this and you're like, dude, I watched North Dakota almost beat Kansas State today. Like I think it's like, by having this many guys in the portal nonstop, continuity is a hard thing to get. So I believe the teams are worse when the season starts than they've ever been.
I mean, that definitely makes sense. Familiarity with the game. Tom Brady talks about that, like sitting on the bench and like getting familiar with this game so that you can compete with someone who's been there 3 or 4 years. Now everyone you're competing with has been there for 3 or 4 months, and the offenses shrink. They say that, they even say that happens.
And some players are paid, some are not. You know what I mean? You're sitting there like, I beat out this guy in camp. He's making more money than me. It's just a brand new dynamic that I think. And when I watch these games, I'm sitting there like, dude, I think we knew way more a few years ago. Like, man, this team's gonna get fucked up. Then I feel like today you're just sitting there, you're flying blind a lot. Even
that said, I do feel like a lot of the Power 4 teams just wipe the walls with Group of 5 and Group of 6 now teams. So I don't know
this season.
Yeah, today. Maybe it was just the games I was watching, but it seemed like there weren't many Group of 5 teams pulling big upsets. And I mean,
to win outright is another thing. I mean, but I'm saying like, well, I mean, you guys still got some. I mean, we saw Tulane take it to Northwestern early on.
Not a huge upset.
Well, I mean, Tulane was favored, but I'm just saying like, okay, that's still a Power 5 school. Go, I would say like the other way around though, of like, I mean, okay, Ball State, Purdue, you have 2 new head coaches. But to me, like Ohio, Rutgers, that game, I thought Rutgers were going to fuck them up. That was a 3. If Ohio doesn't get their pump blocked, they probably win that game, right? I thought they were. You could argue they were the better football team.
Among shitty Power 4 teams and pretty darn good group of 6 teams.
No, but that's not a shit. Rutgers a bowl team though. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Gianna's got to 3 bowls in 4 years, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Well, I would say that for. I mean. Toledo, Kentucky was a 1-score game today. You know what I mean? I mean, I would say the games were a lot closer. Now they didn't necessarily pull the upset in a lot of them, but I tend. I mean, North Dakota was beating Kansas State with like a minute left in the fucking game, dude. North fucking Dakota, not North Dakota State.
Right.
North Dakota. I lost my ass on that game. That's what I'm saying. In New Mexico, brand new team, a whole brand new roster. Goes to Michigan. It's a 10-point game with 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, there are explanations for there's no explanation for K-State. I don't know what the hell's. I mean, North Dakota, I guess, is a pretty good program too. All those Dakota schools I get mixed up, but I'm pretty sure the non-state quote universities like North Dakota and South Dakota both field pretty good teams themselves. At least North Dakota does. But still, they shouldn't have been anywhere close to K-State, let alone having the lead late in the game. And then, Michigan and New Mexico, that should not be anywhere near that close either. So I think that you maybe could attribute that to Michigan being a run heavy team that doesn't, has struggled to open the floodgates on anyone for years now. Including on their I guess on their championship team, they're blowing teams out, but they had always struggled to really create big score gaps. So if they've gone back to that a little bit, that's understandable too. But I agree with you. I agree with you in that the teams just look worse. You don't see them like executing at a super high level.
A perfect example would be the dogs are all covering. I feel like every MAC school covered. Right. So that tells you Vegas is getting it wrong. Right.
Yeah.
Old Dominion kept it somewhat respectable against Indiana. They had a lead.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like you go 1 by 1 on these. I mean, yes, there was Virginia, Coastal Carolina and shit, but Coastal Carolina loses their starting quarterback a week before the season. I locked up UVA. You're welcome. There's of course there's the outliers like Missouri State playing their first ever FBS game ever. And they play at the Coliseum, and USC drops a 70 on them.
Yeah.
But to me, like your somewhat average group of 5 teams played decently against the Power 5 teams. Is all I'm trying to say. Like more than normal, in my opinion. Shout out to Cameron in the chat. Giving us $20. Listen to the first 2 minutes and had to jump in live to say welcome the fuck back, baby. Been way too long since I've heard that intro. F Putin, go Hokies, go Dukes. There we go. See, buddy. I mean, I'm telling you, you've just been missing out on this.
The homies are holding it down. I love it. Love you guys.
And we must. I did tweet this out. I know I'm all over the place right now. Zero organization right now because I've been watching. I haven't slept much. I've been just having cocktails left and right. But I want to get back to this game, but I also want if you have to exit at some point, I did do a nice tweet that I think you would appreciate here. If so, the Rice Owls finally gave up and they said, you know what? We keep trying to be Stanford and we can't be Stanford, right? We can't be Stanford. We tried to hire their guy. We're a tough academic school. You know what can we do to be different? We tried the air raid shit before years ago. What can we do to be different? And they went out and they got an option coach, Scotty Abel from Davidson. And I put this tweet out there if I could fucking find it, where I have the stats, but I'm struggling to find it right now. Here we go. So they went from a 4-win team. They're playing at Louisiana, a 10-win team, one of the preseason favorites in the Sun Belt. Louisiana played in the Sun Belt championship game a year ago.
They've been a solid program,
yes.
Save for a year or two where they were, I guess 6-6. But prior to that, they were like winning 10 games, right?
Yes. Yes. I mean, they've been like pretty much a mainstay with Bulls, but played in the championship game in the Sun Belt. Won 10 games last year. Scotty Abel walks in. 52 rushes later and 9 passes later. And Rice, as a double-digit dog, goes into Cajun Field in Lafayette, Louisiana, and beats the stinking Bums. I took that money line. But my point is, Patty, see, we've been saying this forever. You have been saying this forever. It's like, man, one of these Texas schools is going to go option, and they're going to fuck up all these other Texas schools. I know this isn't a Texas school, but it's a Louisiana school. Game 1, proven correct. I know you probably didn't get eyes on this one, but I still think that's profound.
I wonder if my camera can pick up my text messages here, but I got a message from my brother about Rice football. I'm like, I'm not fucking paying attention to this. He texted me, so bear with me because this is a long fucking text. I guess you can't see it, but there's diagrams in here and shit. So Rice is taking the gun zone read and re-adding back in the pitch phase with arc motion. Right there, I was what the fuck are you talking about?
Especially after like 10 drinks, you're like, what Rice do? What the fuck? Especially because they're called Rice too. So it's like, it's like you're talking football, you're talking food. What are we talking?
Getting hungry here.
Yeah.
He says they're blocking it exactly the same as inside zone. The running back, he might be drunk texting me this shit. So I don't know. It's a lot. Apparently, they're doing something very complex and interesting.
It's very fun. It's very fun to watch. You got to watch it, man. You got to watch it. But you have been saying that, and I know we had been saying that for a long time. So to me, they're on like. Remember when we were at the studio in LA? We had the TV that I would always put the Georgetown games on. Right? Yeah, or Holy Cross.
One of our teams that's gonna blow up eventually.
Hey, they did today because look, Scotty Abel left Davidson and went to Rice, and then you see how bad Davidson is now because Georgetown put up like a 50-something on them today.
Boom.
So go Hoyas. But I have a Rice TV here. Anyway, I just thought that was I wanted to get that in. Back to the Saudi Arabia.
I mean, that was the whole thing that made Texas football Texas in the first place. Darryl Royal, running the option on the plains.
Emory Ballard, and that's why as much as we love Coach Leach, it was like, God damn, everyone's got to go air raid. I can't wait till someone reverses course.
Yeah, and bust their ass. I heard fucking our favorite, the sheriff of Fansville,
Bosworth.
Yeah. He was saying he had 34 surgeries and all 34
shut
of
the
them,
fuck up.
All 34 of them were from the triple option.
He's full of shit. He's just saying that.
Well,
dude,
I mean, he might be right. It's a much more physical brand of football than the air raid. You know,
some of the surgeries were, dude, the fucking guy lives in Malibu. What are we talking about? Some of the surgeries you want to prolong your acting career, you fucking prick, right? You know, you want to do. You're still hoping for Stone Cold Part 2, which I am too. I'll be honest. I'm hoping for Stone Cold Part 2 as well. But yeah, come on. The fuck, I had 33 surgeries, all of them. Yeah, it's fucking roid. You were roiding your ass off too. What is the damage to your body on that? All right. Fucking guy sitting over here. And I love the Boz. You know me. I got a Boz t-shirt. Yeah. Anyway, we've been saying that forever, man. I thought that was cool to see that today. But back to Saudi Arabia State and Alabama, Patty C. Are you ready to hit the panic button on Alabama and Kalen DeBoer? Because they were ready to fire. Like when I say they, not the administration, but I think a lot of fans fucking hate. It's almost like the Ryan Day shit. I didn't tell you this, Patty C. I was in just south of Myrtle Beach, like 20 miles. I'm walking my dog. I was at the beach, and I'm walking my dog around, and it's like 7 a.m. And I come past this house. Guy's outside washing his car, wearing an Ohio State shirt on. And I go, "Oh, good year for you. Go Buckeyes!" Right? This is in July, and he's just like, "Yeah, it was a decent year for us. No, it was all right." Right. And I'm like, "What do you mean? You won the national championship?" He's like, I go, "Are you out on Day?" He goes, "I'm not a fan. I'll tell you that." And I thought that's fucking, and we had like a 20-minute conversation about this, but he was like, "If he wins it this year, maybe I could forgive him." And I'm like, you won the fucking national championship. Yeah. What What other sport would be like this?
Literally, you can't do anything better. I guess you beat your rival,
That's what's great about the rivalry is it's more important than the national championship to some.
Yeah.
Well,
another thing about Day is he dyes his beard. And I was shown a picture.
And a nipple ring.
And a nipple ring.
What the fuck is going on, man? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Hey, that offseason, he had a lot of fun. He's
what do you and Chip Kelly really do in the late hours of the night?
The monkey's off the back, and now he's showing the world who he really is.
I am a bit concerned about that there. But so, dude, I'm serious though. Alabama fans, I can only imagine the way Feinbaum's going to sell. The callers on Feinbaum will sell this week.
Gosh, yeah. Oh, he's got no margin of error. No margin of error.
I mean, dude, I was high on them this year, but I'm looking like in 3 games they play at Georgia.
Yeah, I finally got FB schedules to pull up their what we got. Yeah, ULM and even Wisconsin.
They lost Billy Edwards for the season. Their starting quarterback, I think, is gone.
Shit.
I don't know if I've seen that officially, but it looked like it when I watched it.
In Tuscaloosa, they'll win their next 2. But then going to Athens, that looks like a loss right now. You never know, though.
And they could get pissed on again.
They could. Dude, this is a tough schedule. This is a tough schedule. Even Missouri is not on the road is not a gimme. So DeBoer, what gets him fired?
9-3 again, probably.
9-3, and he's out after 2 years.
I doubt it, but they're unrealistic, dude. They're like Auburn in a way, like where it's just like if the shit's not working out, like
then he's fucking the secretary.
Honestly, that's why I thought DeBoer was crazy to take the gig.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. This is like I remember one time at the Comedy Store. I would do these Monday nights at the Comedy Store, and they're like, dude, we got Bob. There's been a few times, but they basically asked me if I wanted to follow Bobby Lee, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'd prefer not to. Now, I still had to, which was fucking horrible because he destroyed. And then I had to go next. And it's just like, no, this is just not fun, right? But Saban's even more. That'd be like Chappelle or fucking Richard Pryor or some shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to like, they didn't look as physical. I thought this year they would be in fuck you mode. They got, upset a season ago, with the way things worked out. And I didn't realize we got third man in the booth. Woo! Third man in the booth. Let me see if we can fix this or do something better about this. How about that? What's up? We got Moneyline Mac joining us straight. He just walked out of a dive bar in Richmond. I guarantee you that, man.
Hey, I brought the shades for Patti C in the place.
Boom. My brother.
What's up, Patti? What are you doing, man?
Straight chilling, brother. Straight chilling. You guys have been holding it down. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, baby. The OG, baby.
We were just talking though about Alabama, Saudi Arabia State, and Saudi Arabia State has a team this year. But hey, I want to ask: do you think Florida State? This is a reaction show, so we're probably overreacting. But is Florida State instantly with the way you saw Clemson play? Do you think Florida State might be the team to beat in the ACC?
With Castellanos playing the way he did today, goddamn. He was unbelievable today. And Malzahn and just the way they scripted the game up. They beat the shit out of Alabama.
Well, dude, and another thing is like when we previewed Florida State, that schedule is nice. I thought they had one of the, but short of North Carolina, I thought they had the second easiest ACC schedule, conference schedule. Obviously, in the non-con, they had Bama and Florida. But within the conference, I thought it was a very nice schedule. Patti C.
Non-con, for the next 2 games is easy as hell. East Texas A&M and Kent State. So they'll certainly go into Charlottesville 3-0. Friday night in Whoville. I don't know if UVA's got that. But that could be an interesting game. I like the national game. I'm on the other side of the country. I wish I could. If I was a real fucking Wahoo fan, I would. But look, we've moved past UVA. UVA is now the enemy.
The Dukes, baby.
Yeah.
The Dukes, the number one
That's
team
right.
in Virginia. Yeah. Anyway, man, Alabama, Florida State, man, what a fucking outcome. That had to be. I mean, Ty Simpson was 22 of 43, 254, 2 touchdowns. So he didn't play as horrible as I remember in my head. The stats make it seem like he played better. But still, I mean, to give up 230 yards rushing on him, we thought this rush defense was going to be one of the best in college football. They got fucked up today, man. Shocking.
Soft.
Yeah.
They're soft, man. It's great.
How do you say that name? Makai Danzy?
What are we talking in the chat?
That's no. I mean, aside from Castellanos, what is it? Chroma? Is he their top number one running back? Because I think Danzy was the receiver, right? He was the one taking the fly sweeps around the end, or the reverses. Chroma, their other back, only had 31 rushing yards on 7 carries. So I do worry about a team that's so reliant on one player, you know. And obviously, Malzahn's scheme has had that featured quarterback for a long time. So there's a track record to say that it will work. But please don't let Castellanos get injured, Florida State, or else you are up shit creek.
Yeah, I also think like if you get like that much time to prep, like Malzahn's very good with that much time to prep in my mind.
No doubt.
Like
no doubt.
week to week, I think it's a harder thing. Shout out to the chat. Feach in the chat said, "Holy shit, Patti C is back."
He's back, baby.
I told you, fucks. All right, yeah. And everyone's saying, "Oh, we're never gonna see him again."
He's dead.
People thought me and Patti C had one of those LA divorces.
No. We got pretty shit faced. How long ago was it? You were here for
weeks back, man.
A couple weeks back.
It's somewhere in Santa Monica, right? Let's just go to the LSU game because LSU Clemson was a banger of a game in a way. I mean, these are defense. That's another thing, Patti C, is the defense. The game has changed from like 10 years ago. The defense is caught up to all this spread shit, man. Yeah. I really feel like these unders are just destroying it. Vegas has got to be sitting there saying, "What the fuck?" But
it's true. There's not really an X's and O's wrinkle that's tearing up the game at this moment that I'm, aware of. Maybe Rice is on the cutting edge of play calling.
Telling you, get yourself a Rice TV, buddy.
Oh yeah, baby. How about that Rice Owls tonight?
Oh, I took the money line on that shit, man. I took the money line on that. 11.5, 12.5 point dogs, whatever it was. But LSU 17, Clemson 10. Nussmeier threw for 230 and a touchdown. Cade find me in the club. He didn't play horrible, but he didn't play good either. Did you say that?
Yeah.
He was to his defense. I thought LSU's defensive line was kind of wrecking shop. Would you agree with that, Patti C?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Klubnik was rushed on every single play. I thought their scheme was pretty weak. They would go, it seemed like maybe it was just like, recency bias on the last couple of drives of the game, but it was in trips and then just trying to run some route combo that would get one guy open. But you're facing LSU defensive backs and no one's ever open. And, so inevitably, what's his name's getting flushed. That and the fact that they're getting an immediate rush on every single play. It's like you just watch Klubnik roll out and throw a desperation heave off to the right side. I think I saw that 50 times in the last quarter.
I know you were getting furious for the lack of motion in their offense. And
it's like, dude, confuse them pre-snap. Even Herbie said it as I was texting you. Like it was like finally like the last few plays of the game. I was like, dude, run some pre-snap motion. Do something to like confuse them a little bit. You can't just line up and run a route and expect to beat these guys.
Yeah.
But they kept trying and it didn't work.
Yeah, Harold Perkins is back to being a force again. I don't know what the fuck LSU was doing the past year or two. Mac, what'd you make of this game and how catastrophic is it for? I mean, I guess it would have been more catastrophic for LSU because the SEC schedule. Clemson can still. You saw them lose week 1 last year, and win the ACC. But what'd you make of this, man?
I thought LSU was the better team tonight. Honestly, you got to give Brian Kelly credit. I thought he had these guys ready to go. And I mean, finally, the game got tight, 17-10, and they executed, got a first down, got a stop, and I was like, holy shit, Brian Kelly's actually going to win a big game. So, yeah, him and his family.
Yeah,
Him and his family.
I mean, Clemson only ran for 31 yards.
Yeah, I mean, they dominated that game, LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have to give Kelly some credit for that. He came in.
Well, and he had kind of said it at SEC Media Days and shit and all off season. And that you see the shirts they were wearing when they showed up, they were saying 1-0 already. He had said it like he had a strong confidence about his team this year at SEC Media Days. We'll see if that can carry on, because this is one I thought the world was kind of overreacting a little bit. If you listen to our Clemson preview, I just thought like, yeah, they made the playoffs last year, but I still watched
Louisville. So overrated.
I saw Louisville take it to them in Death Valley.
Yes. Amen.
And I'm like, are we just gonna like they don't? I don't know how good Klubnik really is. I think he's decent. He's a decent college quarterback. I don't think he's great.
You know why that is? They give him that ranking not because of the quality of the football team that they are. It's the quality of the schedule they're going to face, which is dog crap compared to what a lot of other SEC teams will be facing. And so the fact that Clemson will most likely dominate the ACC again. Well, I guess no one saw Florida State jumping up like this.
Well, I was about to say they have like a 4-game stretch. Well, first off, they play at Chapel Hill. We have no idea what the fuck that's going to look like. But the 4-game stretch here of SMU, Duke, Florida State, and Louisville in a row.
SMU, Duke, Florida State, and Louisville. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, those are probably like the 4 best teams in the ACC, right? But short of Miami, right?
Yeah. Yeah, especially with Duke looking as good as they did. We'll see if against better competition, but
I mean,
Louisville looks bomb,
and Louisville shit on them last year. So
yeah,
and we trust Braum more later in the year too.
I trust Braum at his own stadium against a ranked team too.
Yeah, Braum can coach.
Yeah. Man, just fascinating stuff there. Which game do you think? Which loss out of those 3 games, those huge games, do you think was the most catastrophic? Because Clemson, like I said, it seems like, well, they could still win the ACC. They did it last year when losing the first week to Georgia. Then you have Alabama's. Then you have Texas. Is it Alabama's, you think, Patty C?
Yeah. I mean, certainly for their coach and probably for their playoff hopes too, I would think. I mean, I guess LSU is – no, that was huge. That was a huge win for LSU. I think Clemson is hurt a little bit by that, but not really. All they have to do is win the ACC. I think for a team like Alabama that's probably not going to win the SEC and probably has to win it at large, to lose to a program like Florida State, losing to Ohio State if you're Texas, understandable, especially in a close game. For Florida State to kind of whoop out Alabama, huge red flag. And, even if they get it corrected, still at the end of the season, when you're looking at that data point, it might be the thing that keeps them out of the playoffs. Yeah.
Although they've been lobbying. They've been doing their shit. They're like all offseason. Greg Sankey was like, goddamn, Mr. Smith goes to Washington, right? Just sitting there talking about it.
Do you think that was in the pamphlet this offseason?
To lose to Saudi Arabia?
By 2 touchdowns.
No, that was not in the pamphlet. Patty C actually he jinxed the Clemson game because he was like, dude, Patty C's an ACC guy. He loves the Wahoos.
He loves his UVA.
So he texts me. He's like, dude, oh my God, the fucking ACC sticking it to the SEC. The second after he texts me, like literally like a split second, Clemson misses a field goal to go up 13-10. It
would have been 13-3 at that point.
13-3, yeah, 13-3. And then from there on, it was you put the hex on him, man.
All LSU, yeah, I did.
My number 1 lock of the day on the pregame show was Kansas State.
Good God!
Let me tell you something.
They suck.
Avery Johnson is not that good.
No, sucks.
He throws across his fucking body for being the biggest recruit in Kansas State history. I mean, he still threw for 318 tonight. A lot of that was in the comeback. But did you see one of his touchdowns? He throws it right to the safety, and it hits off the safety's hands, right to the wide receiver, like behind him. Like it was underthrown by like 3 or 4 yards. It was just, dude. I'm worried about that.
They suck. And I love that program, but they suck.
I'm worried about that locker room. You got the goddamn dad fighting his son. You got the dad fighting the son. Caught on camera. You got, I don't know if the Dylan Edwards shit's real or not, but
people looking like me and Patty C with our shades on right now, fighting off. It's like, what the hell's wrong with this locker room? What's wrong with fucking K-State? That's not what it used to be, man.
Moneyline Max sounded like this.
Well, I don't get the brain man cold, but they're counting.
Yeah. Then you have. I mean, I was shocked by that. I had a lot of money on that game. I ate shit, but luckily I had a lot of money on the Utah Utes, who stuck it to UCLA 43-10. This was the easiest. I could not believe the line was 5.5, and it stayed 5.5 all summer.
What a joke!
I mean, I could not. Your boy Nico, by the way, who quit the team and 11 of 22 at home, 136 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And by the way, if we are keeping track because we're rooting for Tennessee's Joey Maguire here.
Yeah.
And Tennessee, Joey Maguire, what did he do today against Syracuse? 16 of 28, 247, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Yeah. Woo! They got better. But also, Utah, I saw people in the chat talking about this. Devin Dampier's a beast, 21 of 25, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's just in the air. On the ground, he had 87 yards rushing and a score as well. Utah's going to be a player.
Stat line.
He's going to be a player, dude. I'm saying, like, Utah's going to be a player in this. I think they're going to win the Big 12 personally, but that was an easy smash play right there. What's that?
It's, I guess, last year was their first year in the Big 12. The fact that they struggled last year is bad.
Cam Rising got injured on the fucking water cooler. Yeah. You remember that?
And for the
season. For the season. It's like goddamn Samuel Jackson's character in Unbreakable, Mr. Glass, right? It's like, what?
I mean, you figure, though, the fact that that's happened for several seasons in a row, Kyle Whittingham might have had a backup ready for him. But no, they just weren't ready, and they shit the bed all last year. Now maybe they're finally becoming the Utah we're used to seeing. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, they have that same scout I was talking to at AC Media Days. He thinks that both tackles will go in the top 20 picks.
Easily.
That's pretty well. One for sure. One's gonna be like a top 5. I think the second one is the one where it's like, where would he fall?
Are they both Pacific Islanders? Are they both Samoans?
Samoans,
I believe so. That's the way to do it, man.
That's what Utah does.
Speaking of Pacific Islanders, I won a lock battle, and I did take a freshman quarterback on the road. And let me tell you something. When Devin Brown went to Cal, the former 5-star from Ohio State, and he got beat out by a freshman, and everyone was worried about, hey, Mendoza left for Indiana. This motherfucker's better than Mendoza. I know Mendoza is going to get for the NFL. I don't give a shit. Dude, today, I'm going to get his name. I'm going to try to look, and I've been drinking, so watch me nail it right now. You ever felt like that? I always feel like if I'm at
I felt it at the bar tonight. I said, how the hell did anybody bet on UCLA? I said, you guys should be shot that you bet on UCLA against Kyle Whittingham, and we dominated them 20-0 after 1.
Boom.
Yes.
I mean,
but I feel like I can read
flex it.
I can read like fucking
Utes.
I can read Chinese when I'm drunk, like just a certain type of drunk. I can say everything.
Hit me with this one because I want to see if you can pull this one off.
Duran Kiwi Sagopolate.
I tried that with the one woman. And she goes, "Come again."
This dude, 20 of 30, freshman, first ever start. This is the guy they flipped from Oregon, right? 20 of 30, 234, 3 touchdowns, and then he had another 30 yards on the ground. But damn, he had a couple balls that he threw that I was just like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, I would call that one of the surprises of the day.
Well, I bet on Cal. Now, I did have a little inside Iggy with my boy Rolo saying, dude's a dog. Dude's a dog. Cal's going to be better than people think. Watching that. I mean, maybe Oregon State's dog shit, but I don't know. But Cal looked sharp today. They get it done 34-15 against Oregon State. Let's talk about that Tennessee-Syracuse game. Syracuse. I mean, I took the 14.5. I didn't actually bet it, but on our picks page, I didn't want any piece of this fucking game down there in Atlanta. But shout out to Tennessee for battling that offseason that they had, and Aguilar just lighting it up. I know Syracuse is. I mean, we took the under on, what was it, 5.5? I think it was.
I bet
5.5 wins.
I bet
What's that?
Tennessee. I bet Tennessee.
Today you actually okay? There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
I bet on the real quarterback.
Aguilar. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, man.
Not that phony Nico guy.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how Nico does. He's got UNLV next week. That UNLV defense ain't looking so great either. But how about Tulane 23, Northwestern 3? How about these piles of shit? First off, and Patti, see why you're here. I think we should accept. We deserve flowers, right? Because I don't think there were many other platforms saying Pat Fitzgerald defending him.
That's true. That's
defending
true.
him. And then all of a
It
sudden,
was
guess what?
not a popular thing to be doing.
That's the
at that
worst
time.
part. Everyone just jumped on that shit. They had no fucking idea. No fucking idea. I know I was talking to our boy that does the Ohio podcast. I'm drawing a blank right now on gosh, why am I so terrible right now? But he was saying, man, he played college ball too, and he was just like, dude, most of the times your head coach doesn't know about this shit. Like, we defended that shit. We just said, and we weren't even saying like he's 100% innocent. We just said like he deserves the right to
defend himself.
Yeah. And
we made a lot of fun of the car wash.
Oh, it's hilarious. The fucking flying squirrel shit. But he's not only is he now back eligible to coach or something, but they paid him out and they wrote him an apology letter. But these little bitches, if I had known this, because I put a lot of money on Northwestern today.
Fucking cunt university.
Dude, if I would have known these little bitches blocked, this is why this information should have been out there earlier, because I would have hammered Tulane. Because Summerall was pissed. He said it in the presser afterwards that they blocked their uniform switch. They wanted to wear their Hurricane Katrina uniforms to honor 20 years of Hurricane Katrina. And Northwestern blocked that. They didn't want to be dark colors because of the fucking heat, I would assume. They didn't say that.
Or black.
Yeah, well, who gives a first off, they can check the weather. We had like a cold front going through, so it wasn't even that bad, but what little bitches? There's like a goddamn. This is like over 1,000 people lost their lives.
Yeah.
You see somewhere else.
Northwestern of all places.
Oh, fuck them, dude. I fucking hate
like
that university.
Holier than thou.
They are public enemy number one. I think
bastion of morality. Northwestern.
Yeah. Just little bitches. It's like, dude, they're trying to honor a fucking tragedy, and you're sitting there. Now we want. No, we're not going to let you do that. It could be a hot day on New Orleans. You have an edge. Yeah, and I'm excited to see Pat Fitzgerald get back into coaching. All right, and I'm curious where the hell he'll end up. Hey, Patty, what do you think about Cincinnati getting Patty Fitz?
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
I would like it. I mean, I'm pleased with what Scott Satterfield did in game one, so I'm going to give him all of year 3.
He lost a close game like he's done all last year.
Touche. The late interception by Sorsby wasn't his fault, or maybe it was. Maybe he just didn't coach him up. But against a team like Nebraska, who I'm not happy with is the administration in Cincinnati for making that a fucking road game. They just, you're just taking the loss.
Hold on, explain that to the chat or to the listener. They were supposed to play at Nippert.
Yeah, they're supposed to originally play at Nippert, and then Nebraska paid them money, so they switched it to Indianapolis, but it was still closer to Cincy at that point. And then they're like, you know what? We'll pay you a little more money, and we'll take it to Kansas City. And I
think Lucas Oil was repairing some shit or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever it was, they managed to get basically a true road game there. And, yeah, they lost a close game. And late in the game, they had false start penalties because the crowd was so loud. It's like, this directly contributed to your loss because you're fucking cheap. I don't know.
Yeah, and your goddamn Skyline chili. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was a terrible thing. I want to get your opinion on some other stuff, though, Patty. See, hang on. Folks, want to tell you that the college football experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million in first place. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So get on over there. All right. Underdog's got a brand new offer too for new customers. Play just $5, get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Yes. Look, Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Since Novig is an exchange, you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Novig is available in 35 plus different states. Download the Novig app. That's Novig. And get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. All right, we are back. Man, so Patty C, your JMU Duke stuck it to Weber State today. I know it's Weber State, but they were a good FCS. You guys played in the playoffs. Did you get eyes on your boys?
I did. And, I was only half watching it, talking to random people at the bar and trying to watch the LSU Clemson game. But I watched enough of it to see that, we do have a good quarterback room, obviously, at least 2 deep. Sluka and Barnett are interchangeable and both produced pretty well. I would say Barnett played a little better than Sluka. Sluka, I think, had a bad pick and some runs that he probably should have picked up first. So he still played well. And then we have a great running back room. Defense looked great. Obviously, Weber State isn't the team they were a few years back when they were FCS playoff contenders, really. But still, that's a dominant win. So confident.
Yeah.
Especially with Boise taking an L. That group of 6 playoff berth is wide open.
Dude, I think the AAC is a little bit better. I mean, well, first with South Florida sticking it to Boise, that should just explain itself there. But then I thought, despite ECU losing, I was rather impressed the second half. And I was like, if we play like that in the second half in all other games, we're going to be a contender in the conference this year.
Yeah, you guys did play well on the stretch. Well,
and then the teams on the bottom that I think people are sleeping on, like Rice that we talked about, but I know Temple just played UMass today. But if you watch that fucking game, I think Temple's going to be solid this year, man. Casey Keeler comes over from Sam Houston State, where he won an FCS national championship. He won 9 games last year in the CUSA. I think they're going to be good, man. I'm not saying they're going to be contenders to win the conference, but I'm saying they are going to be a tough out. I think the floor has risen in that conference. Trey Lamb at Tulsa did a really good job today too against Abilene Christian, a ranked FCS team. And then UTSA. I think UTSA is a team that people should watch.
Hell yeah!
What's that?
They played A&M.
Really they covered against A&M. I ate shit on that, but yeah.
I was gonna say Nick in the on the text chain was disgusted that that UMass was in the MAC.
That was a great text message chain saying it's Rust Belt, not goddamn Amherst. You put he's super pissed off that UMass is in the MAC. I just love that.
He's
I
so
love that
pissed.
about him.
He's so pissed.
I get 6 text messages a year about how the fuck did the MAC let UMass in? It's supposed to be Rust Belt.
Passionate.
It's supposed to be Rust Belt. This shit. I'm like, well, Buffalo can be a rival, right? Yeah, I just want to tout a little bit on some of these plays that I had. I mean, we don't need to break down every game. We'll be back tomorrow to recap, and we'll probably go through it again. But did go in on Fresno State as they can we end the Clay Helton era yet? When are these Georgia Southern fans going to realize this?
What a phony!
Fresno State 42, Georgia Southern 14.
That game was closer than that for a lot of it.
What a phony team.
Still, Matt Entz is in year 1, right? And he's completely shifting the identity. They're becoming like a rushing team.
Easy.
To beat Georgia Southern, Clay Helton in year 4, I think. I don't know. That's a bad loss, and they got USC on deck next.
That's how you know Fresno is just pure football culture. Is they'll go because Hill was a running coach. I feel like
Pat Hill, yeah,
Pat Hill.
Dude. What's crazy, man? I didn't get a chance to talk to you, Patty C, about this. It was when I talked to Matt Entz at Mountain West Media Days. One of my favorite lines is he was like, "I'm bringing the fullback back to California." He was like,
fullback hasn't been seen in California since 1965.
Dude, you know he's in North Dakota State. If you watch fucking North Dakota State, remember Hunter Lepke? Yeah. That was his thing. He's like, I can't have enough fullbacks on my roster. He's like, I'm loading up fullbacks or tight ends. Like,
well,
so he's like,
I have a new favorite team. So.
He said, I'm not. He goes, I don't think we're there physicality yet. Where my vision is, this is in July, but he was saying that, we're gonna be a power rushing team. Like he's like, no one out here in California is doing that. We're going back to that. So, very intriguing stuff there out of Fresno, California, as they cashed today. Also cashed on the Bryant Bulldogs. This game was much closer than the final score, 19-3. New Mexico State pulled away late. They're fucking terrible.
They're terrible.
Bryant missed like a 22-yard field goal, by the way, which I thought was going to cost me the fucking cover. How about I took Idaho in the points against Washington State, getting some big points there. Dude, Washington State wins 13-10 in the Battle of the Palouse. Wow. How about what Hawaii got just bodied by Brent Brennan in Arizona, 40-6. Patty C. Brent Brennan struggled last year at Arizona, year one, but I think the TMZers were like, well, he brought back Fafita and T-Mac, but a lot of people didn't realize he lost Jonah Coleman, the star running back for Washington, one of the better running backs in the country. Two of his defensive linemen went to Texas, where they were efficient. One of them, Bill Norton, was very good. Actually had a gigantic play in the Arizona State game. And then a couple other guys on the offensive line that went to Washington too. So I faded Arizona last year, but I see these coaching hot seat rankings from a lot of publications and having Brent Brennan number 1. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's been there 1 year. Yeah.
That is ridiculous. And what did you really expect from Brent Brennan? Yes, he took San Jose State from, the basement of Mountain West. Yeah. And then, took him into, did they win?
Yeah, no, he won it. He won it. He won it 1 year. And also they beat Arkansas at Arkansas 1 year.
It's so impressive. I'll give him that. But generally speaking, 7-6 was kind of like where you would expect him at San Jose State. Maybe you expect him to be like 8-4 or 8-5 at the end of the bowl season with Arizona, but you're not expecting national championships with him. He had a tough first year. Like, give the guy a chance, and you shouldn't expect him to be dominant like by year 2.
I couldn't believe that. It's like, so what? But anyway, 40-6 today against Hawaii. I was on this one. Man, dominating performance. Hawaii, we knew to fade them after they beat Stanford. Oh, that's another one, Patty. See, that's another group of 5 that beat a Power 5, by the way. Hawaii beat Stanford. Yeah.
Dude, if Arizona beat Hawaii this bad and Hawaii beat Stanford has got to be.
Oh, how about Wake Forest beating Kennesaw State? What was that? What was that score? 10-9?
10-9.
That's what I'm saying. That's another Power 5 matchup, Patty C. Or UCF Jacksonville State.
That ACC foo-foo.
So I'm going to talk a little shit there. We're going to go through all these games on tomorrow night's reaction show. Anything else worth noting here as far as big game? How about your Wahoos? 48-7 against Coastal Carolina. We cashed.
They were good.
So I stopped paying attention. I took it off of TV when it was 35-7. Yeah. But I will say, right before I took it off the TV is when Chandler Morris got injured and went into the tent. Did he return? I'm assuming he didn't because they were up 35-7. But that would be a big storyline because I think UVA's got an amazing schedule. I think they might be pretty good this year, Patty C.
Yeah, I mean, they loaded.
They spent money this year.
They had 2 huge donations, 2 huge anonymous donations. Football, only. That's the only way that they were allowed to spend that money is earmarked for football, like NIL. So they had to spend it. They spent it. They got some good players. I know Dion was complaining that Virginia was constantly rating him.
A couple of their defensive backs, and running back, I think too.
Yeah. So I think they improved, but I think they didn't improve their quarterback depth. They got Morris, who was a nice kid. He had
3,500
passing yards.
I mean, that's a gem in college football.
That was a nice pickup, but they have no depth, and so if he's out, maybe they just lose a lot.
And how about Rich Rod, 45-3, dude? It took a while to open that thing up Monday night. You were sweating a little bit. I didn't even text you because I was like, he's on the edge. You probably throw the goddamn phone at the fucking wall.
Oh man, I was like, God damn, we suck. Yeah, I mean, we took a minute to open it up. We have a real game next week.
Oh, I'm terrified for you, brother.
Wait, hey, you know what?
I think you're losing that game. It's the week before the brawl too.
Oh yeah, and I already locked in my brawl plans. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably lose next week.
They're at Ohio, and if you didn't catch the way Ohio played against Rutgers defense,
Ohio's good.
Parker Navarro, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna be pipped by 50 after we lose to Ohio, though. It'd be good.
That game's terrifying.
Yeah.
How about the Merrimack Kent State game, Patty C, where Merrimack? Hold on, you guys didn't catch this?
I saw it.
I saw the score.
You didn't catch what's my guy's name that returned the punt again? The realist Clark. He had the game-winning kick return. First off, shout out to the best play in sports or in football. The biggest momentum swinging fucking play. The real kick return. Because here you had Merrimack go down on a nice drive, and it looked like they're going to flush the toilet on Kent State because Kent State's offense has been done diddly poo, to quote Jim Mora, all game. They kick it deep, and the realist Clark takes it back. Another one in the Furman game in the FCS, Devin Hester Jr. did the same fucking thing at a huge kick return. Patty C, I know we've been strong supporters of the real kick return, but isn't it the greatest play in what is there a bigger momentum changing play in the sport?
Kick return. I mean, fortunately, the NFL hasn't outlawed the punt return yet. Give
it 6 months.
Give it a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a beautiful play. And look, I think there was a preseason kick return for a touchdown in the NFL. It's still not entertaining. It's still one of the most boring things to watch. You know, there's the high speed collision. Okay, that's part of football. You can't completely take that out of the game.
Well, the irony is like you pass more now, so you get higher speed collisions on that.
Yeah, you get players in more vulnerable positions.
Yeah, unbelievable shit.
Can't.
But there's something about having your best athlete back there, or one of your best athletes. Like I remember, dude. I could do 20 minutes, but
even on kickoffs, people don't realize like the difference between an elite coach like drawing up kick returns and like a coach that makes a huge difference. Like you can get a huge advantage even on kick returns, and that's a part of the game.
Remember, Bill Cowher was shitting on it, saying also onside kicks and stuff too. Like he's like, you're taking out special teams. You're basically taking out special teams, which is like a huge element of the fucking game. Toledo, Kentucky, 1-score game. We, if you bet Toledo back in June, which I was regretting,
Backdoor.
Oh, geez, man. I think those are majority. We'll go game by game tomorrow and everything. But folks, anything else you got? Did we miss anything else? I think we covered all the big games, right? USC looked good. Michigan, New Mexico. How about this? Jason fucking Eck.
That guy can coach.
God damn, he's good.
My God.
They're going to a bowl game, and they are going to be a pain in the ass for everybody they play.
Hey, you know who's going to win the Mountain West?
Utah State, you think?
New Mexico.
I think Air Force.
Bronco.
I think Air Force.
Oh, baby.
Air Force. Hey, Utah State looked good today. They look good.
Yeah.
That pig farmer at the quarterback spot.
Pig farmer. Cha-cha-cha, UTEP shit. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Love Mendenhall, love Eck. I mean, those guys can coach, man.
Eck,
Eck he is such a good coach.
Very good coach. Like you could just see the toughness on the team is he basically took he had nobody. Like he brought back like one guy and then just went out and brought in an FCS, like a lot of his Idaho team, but then like a bunch of FCS All-Stars. They're going to be a pain in the ass. I couldn't believe the win total was that low.
Well,
what's that?
Let me throw one at you that is out of left field here. Boston College hanging 66 on 4.
What happened in that game? Because when I was watching this, hold on, we do have to talk about this because when I was watching this, it was like 14-3, like deep into the second quarter.
Bill O'Brien.
Well, I mean, he knows how to manipulate the system.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you. So I just thought, okay, it's 14-3. I think Boston College was somewhat driving. I guess maybe they scored. I'm looking at the box score now. They scored with like 20 seconds left before the half to go up 21-3. But it was 14-3. It was like kind of a game. And I just turned it off. But they scored, what, 45 in the second half?
45 after half. Not the classiest individual I've ever seen coach.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
I mean, just running it up. That Louisville, the exact opposite. Louisville had what, like 45 at half and finished with 55.
Yeah, but that overcashed for me.
Bill O'Brien just
Bill O'Brien. He's doing Chestnut Bill. That's what we call him. We got Chapel Bill and Chestnut Bill.
And Chestnut Bill. I love it.
All right, folks. So that's our show. No, hold on. Whoa. Patti C. Middle Tennessee fired Rick Stockstill. They fired Rick Stockstill, a guy that had beaten. Not only had he had majority, he had a double-digit win season at Middle Tennessee. He went bowling. What was the stat, Mac? Like 7 out of 10 years, right?
8 out of 10 years. How did Middle Tennessee do tonight against the Governors? Oh my God!
Check this out. This is year 2, Patti C. Remember, Stockstill was fired a year ago, and they were terrible last year. Remember, Patti C. We were arguing online years ago. These people were coming at us about how Stockstill needs to be fired, even though he had wins against Miami, Missouri, Maryland, a bunch of Georgia Tech, right? How's it going, Middle Tennessee fans? Because Austin Peay beat you 34-14, and we locked that up.
Woo.
We locked that up. Unbelievable.
The Governors.
Hello, Governor.
This is what they get. This is fucking karma, man. This is absolute fucking karma. You motherfuckers thought you deserved, this guy. So he's only winning 8 or 9 games for us each year. And he was like a year removed from beating Miami. At Miami.
In Murfreesboro, Tennessee, right? To fire a guy named Stockstill, right? Rick Stockstill, who
talking stock car racing, all right?
Right. Tom Petty, Rick Stockstill, those names just go together. In Murfreesboro, Tennessee, you don't fire that guy. That's like Bill O'Brien going to Boston College. When you got the cultural fit, I value that. Understand what you got. That counts for something.
Unbelievable. You felt the Governors, they whooped their ass, man. This shit wasn't even close. Shit wasn't even. And that's another thing is the divide is getting so great. That's what they're saying too. Like, well, the FCS then would be other players get stolen by the FBS, right? Then the group of 5 steals it all. So they're terrible. They're going to be much worse when they play. They shouldn't play. Well, we saw Tarleton State beat Army on Friday night. We saw Austin Peay stick it to Middle Tennessee. We saw Troy lucked up against the Nazis. Oh my God. I can't believe they won by 18. That was Nichols had the lead in the deep into the third.
How did the Nichols Nazis come to exist? I have to know this. I missed that episode.
Okay, hang on, Patti. See, well, it happens to go with their logo. If I can quickly find it here. Where is it?
I do. I've seen this one before. Gestapo.
Yeah, hold on. It's somewhere in here. It's one of
Colby's 100 slides.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's gonna be hard to find this, but we're close. We're close. Right there, Patti C.
Hey-o.
That's their logo. Which anyone that sees it, it's like, what? Now, I will say, shout out to FCS Nation who told me that whoever he's named after, Nichols, kind of a Civil War badass. But I wonder if he dressed like that.
I don't think we're in the World War II outfits yet.
Look, folks, shout out. Look, we got Daniel Katie in here. We got Ben Katie. Shout out to the Katie brothers. And shout out to everyone in here. That's going to be our show for tonight.
Watching right now.
Yeah, we'll be back because we're going to react to the games we have tomorrow. Myself, Moneyline Mac. We'll go through some of the other games. You know who looked like shit today was Liberty. They ended up pulling away.
What happened to Falwell and his jerk off money?
Little worried about the Flaming Libs.
You know what else? Wazoo didn't look so great. Those are 2 of the bigger games on JMU's schedule. So even if we take an L against Louisville on Friday, there's a chance we go 11-1. Knock on wood. There's a chance we could lose 6 games. I'm just saying,
Yeah. And
it's nice to have.
And I'll say the Cadies are Arizona State fans. Cover your ears, Cadies. Arizona State,
They're going to lose next week.
They did not look that good today. If anything, Northern Arizona went for a couple fourth downs. That score would have looked a little worse. Arizona State's defense, to their credit, made some plays on the fourth down. But if you break down that game,
Mississippi State's going to beat them.
That game was not. That was a lot closer than I would say the score, like just based off the eye test. Anyway, folks, give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. Patti, are you still on Twitter? At Patti C831. Once he works it out with the Russians, all right. We're gonna. Are you gonna go to Moscow and meet with them? Right. Patti
Alaska.
C is on Twitter at Patti C831. Buddy, it's great seeing you.
Thank you, sir. Likewise. The chat, Mac, everyone, fucking amazing to be back on here.
Yes, and Patti C will be, I think, for right. You're gonna be on the reaction shows, right? Is that that's gonna be something we're gonna do? Yeah.
We'll see. And there may be weeks where I'm shellacked and can't make it to the computer, but most weeks I'm gonna be here. So
that's standard SGPN. Standard SGPN right there.
Nothing new.
Yeah, folks. We'll be back tomorrow night, recapping those games, man. And YouTube.com/The College Experience. What huge wins, and we'll go. We'll talk about obviously the big games tomorrow as well. Till next time, this is the College Football Experience Week 1 reaction show. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.
Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And the whole team's looking, and the whole world's looking with the cameras. Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And you know what you're getting, 'cause the books we written with the cameras.
Tomorrow.